Good, happy Saturday morning, March 26, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Saturday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's get started right now. We have a lot of news to get to for you this Saturday, so let's begin right now. First up, Waypoint holds 8th annual Sleepout, raising awareness for youth homeless. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
A group of 40 students from Spalding High School are sleeping outside tonight in tents, sleeping bags, and on air mattresses. And they are just some of the more than 200 students statewide who are participating in Waypoint's 8th annual Sleepout event, which raises awareness for youth homelessness in the state.
We're not fully getting that full experience of, sleeping on the ground without blankets and stuff, but we're getting somewhat of an experience of not sleeping in a bed, which some students and kids don't have. So I'm definitely happy to be out here and support and, just kind of get a little bit of a gist of what it's like.
According to Waypoint, roughly 15,000 young adults experience homelessness in New Hampshire each year.
Young people want to be invisible in their housing instability because there's a stigma attached to being homeless, and it looks different. They might be doubled up at a friend's house. It might be the kid that just never wants to leave your house because home doesn't feel safe.
And it's not just awareness. All the kids out here raised money to be here. Money that'll be reinvested into their own Rochester community in the form of a youth drop-in center.
And a drop-in center is different from an overnight youth shelter in that we're open during the day and we're a soft landing spot for young people experiencing housing instability and homelessness.
Money raised from other Sleepout events will help fund the overnight youth shelter in Manchester, scheduled to be completed later this year.
It's good to know that all the donations came from us and is going straight to our community, so it's good to know that we're helping them out.
In Rochester, Scott Cook, WMUR News 9.
Kayak can help you find a home away from...
Okay, there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire CEO in Poland supporting Ukraine refugees. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
It's time to take action. Start by talking to your doctor to see if Descovy is right for you. Whether you and your doctor just started your...
I couldn't think of a reason why I wouldn't come, and frankly, I would have felt badly if I had.
Ken Jacobus, the CEO of New Hampshire-based company Good Start Packaging, is volunteering in Poland, a country of 40 million. He says now has over 2 million refugees.
We've all seen these kind of things before, and it is heartbreaking, and I certainly could have written a check to some charities as I've done in the past, but there was just something about this one that really called to me.
Ken joined a group of volunteer drivers. They're taking vans to refugee reception areas, then bringing people to safety.
It's extremely heartbreaking to hear some of the stories that I have heard of people losing their homes, seeing their loved ones killed.
Some of these stories, children who've lost their innocence, cancer patients going through chemotherapy only to have to evacuate during their treatment.
They're great people. They're just like people like everybody else, and they just they don't deserve this terrible injustice.
Ken isn't just helping on the ground. He's also donating hotel rooms and meals, helping to find doctors for those who need them. His message is one of example. We can all take action.
The scale of injustice, the number of families and children that are involved here, and just the fact that the numbers just don't lend themselves to us being able to just say, well, the European countries can take care of it. It's way too much.
And Ken has a daily chronicle on the Good Start Packaging website where you can check in on his journey. That website also has info if you're interested in supporting Ukrainian refugees. We have that link on our website, WMUR.com. Reporting live, Grace Feinerman, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Adam and Kayla Montgomery indicted on charges not directly related to the girls' disappearance. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
If someone out there has information about Harmony and they haven't come forward yet, then you're late. You're late to this investigation, and you need to do so now.
Strong words from Manchester Police Chief Alan Aldenberg. His department's search for 7-year-old Harmony Montgomery began roughly 3 months ago.
Time to be a decent human being and come forward if you have information, any information about the location of Harmony Montgomery.
Harmony's father, Adam Montgomery, and his wife, Kayla, have now been indicted on charges not related to Harmony's disappearance. Adam charged with second-degree assault for allegedly hitting Harmony in the face between July 1st and 22nd of 2019. As News 9 investigates, first reported on July 29th, 2019, an anonymous call to DCYF alleged that Harmony had a black eye. According to a report from the governor's office, a child protection service worker went to the home that same day and sent an email to police saying they did not see a black eye. Kayla Montgomery is charged with theft by deception. Investigators say she claimed Harmony was still a member of her household, even though she wasn't living there. And that led to Kayla receiving state benefits that she wasn't entitled to.
So the process on the charges of those two individuals continue, and we're hopeful that we'll get the resolution that we want in court.
But the resolution investigators want more than anything is to find Harmony.
I'm imploring the community and those out there that may have information to do the right thing and to contact the Manchester Police Department immediately.
The reward money for information that leads to Harmony Montgomery has now grown to $150,000. If you have any information at all, you can call that 24-hour dedicated tip line. It's the number right there on your screen, 603-203-6060. Reporting live in Manchester, Mike Cronin, WMUR News 9.
Some food just doesn't work at work.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Biden meets with U.S. troops in Poland. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
At Glendalough, we've been looking for the world's most flavorful oak. And I think we...
Message for the troops and for Putin. Here's our chief White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, traveling with the president.
Tonight, as NATO allies prepare to move more troops and weapons into Eastern Europe, President Biden in Poland with members of the 82nd Airborne. More than 10,000 U.S. troops in Poland right now. The president thanking them for their service.
What's at stake is not just in what we're doing here in Ukraine to try to help the Ukrainian people and keep the massacre from continuing. But beyond that, what's at stake is what are your kids and grandkids going to look like in terms of their freedom.
President Biden standing firm in his promise not to send troops into this war. And standing alongside Poland's leader, he said the true show of strength is the unity of the NATO alliance against Vladimir Putin.
The single most important thing that we can do from the outset is keep the democracies united in our opposition and our effort to curtail the devastation that is occurring at the hands of a man who, quite frankly, think is a war criminal.
And Cecilia Vega with us here in Warsaw tonight. And Cecilia, tomorrow President Biden meets with refugees here.
Yeah, David, you'll remember he told me when we were in Brussels yesterday that he really wanted to meet with refugees while he is on this trip, and so that's what he is doing tomorrow. You know this, David, being here, so many refugees from Ukraine here in Poland, the majority, in fact, who have fled that country, so the president is now going to come face-to-face with the inhumanity of this crisis. David, we are also learning that tomorrow the president is going to give what aides are calling a major speak. He's going to be speaking to the high stakes the world is facing with this crisis.
Cecilia Vega traveling with the president. Cecilia, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stefano.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this morning edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, everyone, and goodbye.